Okay, I'm working on the Elco right now. I put the bed on, as you can see. I'm gonna start welding right here because the inside of the frame, and it looks like it matches up the best. It overlaps a little bit, but you can see right here I have a gap up here. So right here I have a gap because it wasn't a perfect cut. But I'm gonna weld right there, and then I'm going to just go from there, and there's a branch out from there because that's the innermost point, I feel like. And then after that, I'll just work my way around and get it welded back together. So I'm worried about this rocker arm area actually matching up with this. So, but I'll get it there. Just one step at a time. They'll come together. Peace. All right, working on the El Camino, as you can see. Just welding this inside. So this is the inside of the fender. Reconnecting the bed. So I got it overlapping a little bit. I'm going to just spot weld in some places. So I'm going to start right here, work my way up, and then I'll give you an update in a little bit. Peace. All right, I'm working on the El Camino, the fenders. I use some paint stripper. If you're looking for paint stripper, don't buy this. Just 2 minute, don't buy that. Does not work. It didn't work whatsoever. But this did work. This Josco premium paint and epoxy, that worked great. So as you can see, everything's on the ground right here. I stripped it somewhat. It was white, so I got the white off. I think I'm gonna just sand it from here because that other paint remover is not working. So I think I'm gonna just sand it from here. But other than that, it came out great. You know, it's almost down to the bare metal. I'm gonna let it sit overnight, and then I'll scrape it good in the morning, and that'll be my third coat of that, and that'll be it. You know, sand it with some 40 grit after that, and then see how it goes. But everything is going good. On to the next event. Next thing that I'm working on is I'm going to be the doors. So I'm gonna remove the doors so I can get the door jambs. This inside area, I had to take this area out. I don't know if anybody ever cleaned in that area, but it was a lot of dirt in there. So in that cowl, so you can kind of see down in there. I got most of it out, but it's still some back up in there. So I think I'm gonna spray it one good time before I do that. So let me get my spray gun out and then spray in there, and then go from there. So peace. I'm working on the Elco. Right now I'm starting with the door jamb. I still haven't put the fenders on yet, but I'm trying to do the door jambs right now. I sanded everything down, so I'm trying to get that done first, just so I can put some paint on it and just to see how it comes out. So that's the end result after sanding down. I did 60 grit. Recommendations is 80 grit, but that's what I have right now. And it's the inside of the door jamb, so I'm not gonna worry about that. So I'm gonna prime next, and after I prime it, I'm gonna have to do some more sanding and go from there. I got one little spot, this right there, that I got to weld and get that flat, just because that's gonna be showing. Nothing right here is gonna be showing. I welded that in, so get to work. Peace. All right, working on the El Camino fenders. I didn't get it before shot, but I've started stripping. I couldn't figure out anything to better. I use my grinder wheel. I'm trying not to divot or into the panel, kind of trying to keep it moving. I'm trying to keep it moving as fast as I can, but it's coming along. I guess I'm gonna hit it with the DA after this, and maybe when I primer and sand, it'll get some of them uneven surface. I wouldn't recommend stripping with this. Use some kind of chemical stripper, because it'll divot sometimes and it'll uneven the metal, but it's the only solution I can come up with. But other than that, it's coming along. You see I'm about, I would say, a quarter of the way done, and we're gonna go from there. So check in a bit. Peace. All right, working on this area. This little area on the quarter panel. It was rusted out, so I cut out a piece right there. I'm gonna weld that in and then get it going. So we'll see how it goes. Right now it's flowing good. I already cut out a piece. I'm trying to do a bend right there, as you can see, because it bends around instead of cutting two pieces. So I'm gonna start there and then go from there. So I'll shoot another video in a bit. Peace. All right, working on the fender. Inside everything came out right here. This is my end result. Let me try to get some light here. There you go. Came out decent. I think I am going to do Bondo maybe in this area, because it is it's gonna be in that fender well, but after I get my fender on there. But it came out pretty good. It patched in good. Everything looked pretty decent. I also finished up this area right here, as you can see. You can see, it looks like it cracked up a little bit on me here. I don't know why. That's that primer. That's what that is. That primer. I had that gray primer on there. That primer bleeding through there. But other than that, next event is putting this fender on. So I already got the fender. You can see I got it shaved down and everything. This area right here, I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do still. I think I might order that brand new, but I also have some sheet metal, so I might just try to recreate that area. But it has that bend. You can kind of see this bend right here on this side. See that bend in that area where it comes down, it bends down, and then it goes flat. So I'm trying to figure out if I can recreate that or not. So I have no choice but to order that brand new. But we'll see how it goes. I'll check in a bit. Peace. All right, working on the El Camino, 1970 El Camino. You can see the door jams right here. So I got everything primed up. That's the driver's side. I'm about to spray that area with a little base coat. Just trying to see how everything comes out. So that's the passenger side. I'm using can primer right now, so I decided I wasn't gonna worry about having epoxy on the interior door jambs. So I'm gonna just paint those regular with a little rattle can before I buy the whole gallon of epoxy. Because every time I buy epoxy primer, the gallon, I always use the whole gallon on the exterior, and I don't have enough epoxy for the inside of the door jambs. So I'm gonna do this with rattle cans, and then I'm gonna turn around and, you know, get that straight. This is my color, so I'm gonna put that on my base coat. And then go in. Using is slow reducer 75 to 95. It's about 70 something today. It's definitely over 70 degrees, and I'm going to use, this is my activator. So I'm gonna try to get that at about, that's what it says, but I don't have a 5% marking on my cup. So I'm just have to do my best to guesstimate around 5%. So of course I'm doing 1-to-1 and then going from there. So get this sprayed. I don't have the memory to document the spraying, but I will show you a video after it's complete. Peace. Okay, the rear passenger quarter. This is the panel that was original. You can see it has this fold right here. I don't know if you can see it from there. You can kind of see it has that folded go up. This on the 1970 El Camino real quarter. You can see how thick the Bondo was, but it was pretty rusted inside too. But I'm trying to recreate it anyway. I'm trying not to order this piece. So you can see my metal. I'm trying to create a little break here. So I got everything laid out. I'm gonna try to break and create this top fold and this bottom fold. That's looks like about 45 degrees, somewhere in there. Probably less. But I'm gonna try to create a break out of this metal. I got my seat clamps on both sides, and then go from there. So, peace. All right. Outside the door, I've taped off right here. As you can see, I'm trying not to mark it up, but I know I am. Just because these doors are pretty heavy with the windows in them. So this is the outcome of the door. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to mount it. So I'm try to mount it, try to get it on there, and just see what happens. Have to find my tools so I can level it, but other than that, we'll see how it comes out. So update, peace. Okay, I got the door mounted and everything. You go. You can see it came out pretty good. I put tape in between, so I got to get that tape out some kind of way. But other than that, everything came out perfectly. You can see the doors. Got a good gap on it. So you kind of see here. Got a good gap going down and across. So about it. I'm going to proceed on to this section. Try to get that squared away. Then peace.